So humans are one of the few mammals that can produce their own vitamin C, along with primates and guinea pigs. And most mammals can convert glucose into vitamin C. But we have a mutation in one of the genes that code for an enzyme that converts glucose into vitamin C. So researchers speculate that this was actually an advantage or an adaptation at some point in our history, which would allow us to go long without food, because we aren't using glucose to convert to make vitamin C at that point, and we're just using glucose for food and energy. So scientists out of Vanderbilt University had taken mice that have lost the ability to produce their own vitamin C, and they prevented mice from getting it in their diet. And what they had noticed is that the mice develop mood swings, and they develop sugar cravings, as well as low dopamine and serotonin neurotransmitters. So sugar craving is one of the symptoms of a deficiency of vitamin C in people as well. So vitamin C is required to make collagen, and collagen is the most abundant protein in our bodies by mass. It's an extracellular protein, which means that it exists outside of our cells, and there are 28 types of collagen. It's a type of connective tissue, and it makes up our bones, our teeth, our tendons, ligaments, skin, blood vessels, and cartilage. Now inside collagen we have these 3 amino acids that are the largest, that make up the largest part of collagen. And these are glycine, proline, and 4-hydroxyproline. Now, we convert proline to 4-hydroxyproline in our body using an enzyme that requires vitamin C. So when we don't have enough vitamin C, we could experience easy bruising, dry scaly skin, swollen gums and bleeding gums, nosebleeds, and swollen painful joints. That can all be associated with our lack of ability to form collagen correctly. So vitamin C is also required to make the neurotransmitter serotonin and dopamine. Serotonin is made from L-tryptophan, and L-tryptophan is an essential amino acid, which means that you have to get it from your food. Now vitamin C is used to convert L-tryptophan to serotonin, but we also need vitamin B3, zinc, calcium, folate, magnesium, iron, and B6 to do this. These are all vitamins and minerals that we need from our diet, as well as vitamin C, to make serotonin from tryptophan. So serotonin is one of the largest, which is found all throughout the body, and it's mostly produced in the enteric nervous system, which is in the gut. So we make about 90% of serotonin in our stomach, and as well as the central nervous system. So low serotonin levels can be associated with depression, and depression is a symptom of a vitamin C deficiency, as well as slow wound healing. Since serotonin is actually involved in wound healing as well, because when we get cut, platelets go to the area of the cut, and they release serotonin into the area. And it's the platelets, it's the serotonin that actually helps constrict blood vessels in that area, preventing us from bleeding out in some cases. So serotonin is also converted into melatonin, and melatonin is actually an antioxidant, and it's a neurotransmitter as well, and that is critical for sleep. So over here we have L-phenylalanine, and that's amino acid. I think I mentioned this amino acid. This is also an amino acid, and this is also essential, so you have to get this in your diet as well. And vitamin C is required to turn L-phenylalanine into dopamine. And we also need copper, zinc, vitamin B6, iron, magnesium, vitamin B3 or niacin, and folate. So we need all of these to convert an amino acid we need from our diet into dopamine. and dopamine is produced in the brain as well as the kidneys. And dopamine is involved in our motor control, our reward motivated behavior. So if you're on your way to like Disney World or something, and you're really excited about that, that's likely a reward motivated behavior by an increase in dopamine. Too high of a dopamine level can cause psychosis, and too low of a level can cause Parkinson's symptoms, which can be also, Parkinson's can express itself as depression, tremors, and motor impairment, which refer back to the primary cause of dopamine. Okay, and then dopamine is further converted into norepinephrine, which has many. This is also another neurotransmitter. It has a lot of roles in our thinking, but one area that doctors are focused on is its ability to reduce anxiety, which is another deficiency symptom of vitamin C. Okay, so vitamin C is also involved in a process called memory extinction. Now, memory extinction is the process of recovering from an extreme traumatic event. So just a case in point, you go to work every day for 2 years, and then one day you have a really bad car accident, and every time you go by that area that you had that really bad car accident, you have like a panic attack. Or you see the same vehicle, or a vehicle like the vehicle that hit you in that bad car accident, and you have a panic attack. So memory extinction is the process where you slowly recover from that event, and the more you are introduced to that area that you had a car accident, or the car that hit you, or a car like that it hit you, you're able to not have those spikes in anxiety and those spikes in panic attacks. So how memory extinction does that, it's actually a misnomer, because memory extinction actually involves creating new memories to kind of wash out that traumatic experience. And what researchers have noticed is that there are a family of enzymes in the brain called TET enzymes. I think there's 10 or 11 of them from what I remember. And they have iron as one of the cofactors. And they recently discovered that vitamin C is critical for these enzymes to function correctly. And what they do is that they demethylate these genes in the brain that are called the immediate early genes. Now, early in life, these genes are more demethylated. And when I say demethylated, that means they're turned on. And when they're methylated, they're shut off. So early in life, these genes are turned on, and they're found primarily in the hippocampus, in the cortex, and they are involved in learning and memory. So when these genes are when these enzymes are activated later in life, they turn on these genes, and they increase our ability to learn and recover from a traumatic experience. So scientists are looking at this area to help people with PTSD. And they found if vitamin C isn't present in the environment in the brain, these enzymes cannot turn on these genes, and people have a hard time recovering from trauma. So we have 60 milligram, okay, so that was memory extinction. The RDA for vitamin C is 60 milligrams. However, it has been noticed that gorillas eat about 30 grams of vitamin C in their diet every day, which is roughly a 500 times increase from what the RDA is. So a couple of other symptoms of deficiency are digestive disorders, which could be associated with serotonin because it's mostly produced in the gut, as well as an impaired immune system and impaired spatial memory. So those are just a few symptoms, as well as the ones I'd already mentioned. Some of the highest levels of vitamin C in our food include oranges, kiwis, lemons, limes, green and red pepper, kohlrabi, cooked black currants, grapefruit, strawberries, and kale. So other than not getting enough in your diet, some ways that we may require more vitamin C is if we're smokers, or smoking, aspirin use, alcohol consumption, as well as amphetamine use. So that's a couple of ways that vitamin C works in our body. All right, thank you.